how Shaq created a $500+ million business empire. Most NBA players lose everything after they retire. But Shaquille O'Neal, he didn't just keep his fortune. He made more money after basketball than he ever did on the court. And here's the craziest part. He didn't do it with risky startups, crypto, or some flashy get-rich-quick scheme. Nope. Shaq mastered a simple playbook, one that anyone can use to build real wealth. So what's his secret? And why are so few people talking about it? The stats are brutal. 60% of NBA players and nearly 80% of NFL players go broke just a few years after retiring. Multi-million-dollar contracts? Gone. But Shaq? He flipped the script. Instead of blowing his money, he multiplied it. He went from spending $1 million in a single day to owning businesses that print money while he sleeps. Franchises, real estate, tech investments, you name it, he's in it. And today, we're breaking down exactly how he built his $100+ million empire, step by step, so you can apply these same strategies to your own finances. Let's get into it. 1. The Magic Johnson Rule. Own, don't endorse. Shaq's entire approach to wealth changed after one conversation with Magic Johnson. Magic didn't just give him advice. He handed him the blueprint for financial freedom. He told Shaq, "It's cool to have fans, but at some point, you want to own things." At first, Shaq brushed it off. He was making millions from endorsements. But then he realized something. The real money wasn't in getting paid to promote businesses. It was in owning them. Shaq took that advice and ran with it. He stopped chasing one-time endorsement deals and started looking for equity. Instead of just being a face in a commercial, he started asking, "Can I own part of this company? Can I buy into this franchise instead of just promoting it?" This mindset shift took him from rich to wealthy. How can you apply this? This lesson isn't just for multi-millionaire athletes. It's for anyone who wants to build long-term wealth. The key takeaway? Stop trading your time for money and start owning income-generating assets. If you have a job, think about ways to create passive income. Instead of relying only on your paycheck, consider starting a side business, investing in rental properties, or buying into established franchises. If you work in a specific industry, look for ownership opportunities. Are you a content creator? Instead of just taking sponsorships, can you launch your own product? Are you a fitness trainer? Instead of just working at a gym, can you co-own one? Leverage your skills for equity, not just paychecks. If you have expertise in an area, offer your services in exchange for a percentage of the business, instead of a flat fee. Shaq realized that being a paid spokesperson was short-term thinking. Ownership, on the other hand, builds generational wealth. The sooner you start looking for ownership opportunities in your own life, the sooner you'll stop working for money and start making money work for you. The Franchise King. How Shaq prints millions in passive income. Most athletes dream of launching flashy startups. Shaq? He had a different game plan. He built his empire with burgers, pretzels, and car washes. Yeah, really. At one point, Shaq owned 10% of all Five Guys locations in America. Imagine rolling up, ordering a burger, and realizing Shaq owns the place. That's not just rich, that's money that never stops flowing in. 155 Five Guys restaurants, 17 Auntie Anne's pretzel shops, 40 24-hour fitness gyms, 150 car washes, 9 Papa John's franchises. Why franchises? Because they're cash flow machines. They already have brand recognition. They come with a proven business model. They generate passive income, money that keeps coming in even when Shaq is DJing at festivals. How can you apply this? You don't need millions of dollars to take advantage of Shaq's strategy. Franchising is just one way to build wealth using existing systems. Here's how you can apply it to your life. Start small with cash-flowing assets. Look into small local businesses, vending machines, or even online digital products that require minimal effort once set up. Find proven models instead of reinventing the wheel, whether it's real estate, e-commerce, or service businesses. Study what's already working and follow the blueprint. Leverage partnerships. Shaq didn't run all these businesses himself. He partnered with experienced operators. If you don't have the time or expertise, find people who do and invest with them. Lesson: you don't need to build something from scratch. Buy assets that are already making money and let them work for you. 3. The Lindy effect. Why Shaq picks boring businesses. Shaq follows a rule known as the Lindy effect. It basically says, the longer something has been around, the more likely it is to keep making money. That's why he didn't waste money on trendy businesses like NFTs, crypto, or some new flashy startup. Instead, he invested in things that have been around for decades. Laundromats. People will always need clean clothes. Car washes. Cars will always get dirty. Fast food. People will always eat. Shaq understood something most people ignore. The boring businesses are often the most profitable. How can you apply this? Invest in businesses with long-term demand. Instead of chasing trends, focus on things people will always need: housing, food, and essential services. Buy assets, not liabilities. A laundromat or vending machine business might not be flashy, but they provide consistent income with minimal effort. Look for recession-proof industries. When the economy dips, people still wash clothes, eat, and get haircuts. Find businesses that thrive no matter what. Think like an owner. If you work in an industry, don't just be an employee. Explore ways to own a piece of it. Shaq didn't gamble on what was hot. He built his wealth by sticking with what was proven. Do the same, and you'll be ahead of 99% of people chasing trends. The tech investments that made him millions. Shaq's not just about brick-and-mortar businesses. He also made tech bets that paid off big. He invested in Google before it went public. He bought into Ring, the doorbell company, before Amazon acquired it for $1 billion. He invested in Lyft before their IPO. Here's the crazy part. Shaq said he almost missed investing in Google. He overheard two guys talking about a search engine at a hotel. Instead of brushing it off, he asked them to explain. He put some money in. Years later, Google IPOs. Shaq makes millions. But here's the key. Shaq didn't just throw money at random tech companies. He followed a simple rule. Only invest in businesses you believe in. He bought into Ring because he used their security cameras at home. He invested in Google because he saw its potential firsthand. He didn't chase hype. He backed products he understood. How can you apply this? Invest in what you understand. Don't just buy stocks or crypto because everyone else is. Look for companies or products you personally use and believe in. Stay curious and open-minded. Just like Shaq, pay attention to conversations and trends. Sometimes, the biggest opportunities come from simply listening. Leverage new platforms. You don't have to invest in billion-dollar companies. Start small. Look at crowdfunding, angel investing, or buying fractional shares of promising startups. Think long-term. Shaq didn't make money overnight. His best investments took years to pay off. Be patient and let your investments grow. Shaq didn't have a tech background, but that didn't stop him from securing life-changing investments. The key? He kept his eyes open for opportunities. And so should you. The power of branding, turning Shaq into a business empire. Shaq didn't just invest in businesses. He became the business. By leveraging his personality, humor, and larger-than-life presence, Shaq turned himself into one of the most marketable athletes in history. He has over 50 brand endorsements. He's a board member and investor in Papa John's. He built his own product lines, from sneakers to supplements. He launched his own media company, Jersey Legends Productions. Shaq realized early on that his name and face were valuable assets. Instead of just endorsing brands, he found ways to own a piece of them. How can you apply this? Build your own brand. Whether you're a freelancer, entrepreneur, or professional, your name and reputation matter. Start by sharing valuable insights in your industry. Monetize your skills and personality. If you're great at something, package it into a product or service. Create a YouTube channel, write a book, or sell an online course. Partner with brands you believe in. If you already have an audience, look for collaboration opportunities. Start small by affiliating with brands that align with your values. Shaq understood that his brand was his biggest asset. The more you invest in building your name, the more opportunities will come your way. 6. Investing in real estate, the foundation of long-term wealth. Shaq expanded his empire with real estate, investing in shopping centers, office buildings, and luxury properties. He also developed affordable housing, balancing profit with community impact. Real estate became a major pillar of his wealth, providing steady cash flow and long-term appreciation. How can you apply this? Start small with rentals. Buy a duplex, rent out a unit, and use the income to cover your mortgage. Find undervalued properties. Invest in growing areas where home values are set to rise. Try real estate crowdfunding. Invest in property with smaller amounts through crowdfunding platforms. House hack your way in. Live in one unit of a multi-unit property while renting out the rest. Real estate isn't just for the rich. It's a game changer for anyone with the right strategy. Want to build wealth like Shaq? Subscribe for real money strategies every week. And before you go, which of Shaq's money moves is the best? Franchises, tech, real estate? Drop a comment below. Oh, and if you think Shaq's wealth-building playbook is crazy, wait until you see the next millionaire we're breaking down. Subscribe now so you don't miss it.